Hello, Vineyard family and friends. Carolyn Ruth here with your midweek recharge. We are wrapping up our series on the fruits of the Spirit, and Brett spoke this past week about self control. As I mentioned 9 weeks ago when I taught on love, I feel like love and self control are not accidentally put as the first and last of the fruits of the Spirit. I feel like love is the foundation, the reason for why we choose to do the other fruits of the Spirit, and self control is how we can do all the other fruits of the Spirit. And it's so true that we all need self control. I love so much what Brett said, though, about it not just being our effort to do it, but it is us allowing ourselves to be controlled by the Holy Spirit in the moment, to let go of us trying to get what we want out of a situation and allowing Holy Spirit to move through us and display all of those other fruits of the Spirit. So, Brett's first point on Sunday is that self control is a combination of inner strength and sound judgment that enables us to please God through our words, actions, and thoughts. The Bible compares self control to a wall around a city. And of course, that's not something that's really a part of our culture these days, but in ancient times, it was a really important part of their culture. The wall around the city was their main line of defense in case they were attacked. Proverbs 25:28 says, "Like a city whose walls are broken through is a person who lacks self-control." And Brett also shared a great quote that I'd like to share now by an author named Peter Amsterdam, who said, "Self control is the wall which defends us spiritually against sinful temptations." And that's just another way to say what it says in Proverbs. But that idea of self control protecting us like a wall around a city from sin. And Brett's second point on Sunday was that true self control means responding to situations in the power of the Holy Spirit instead of reacting to situations from our emotions. And gosh, I don't know about you, but I know for me that is really hard. I definitely can react quickly to a situation or a person instead of responding. And I can leave people's feelings in my wake and create a worse situation as a result of my own reaction to it. So this one really hit close to home, and it was important to think about and important to kind of meditate on and ponder this week what God is saying about self-control and responding versus reacting. Before we get to point 3, I would like to read 2 Timothy 1:7, which says, "For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline." And different versions say it slightly differently, but basically, when we have the Holy Spirit, He gives us power through that. And self-control really, even though we may be seeming calmer on the outside, it really is a lot of power behind that. We tend to maybe think of power as always like an outside force, but inner power is really what self-control is all about. And not even our inner power, just again, but allowing Holy Spirit to control us. So point 3 is the Holy Spirit produces self-control to prevent us from conforming to the pattern of the world. If we look anywhere this day, any news source, any social media platform, we can see lots of people who are not exhibiting self-control in the way that they talk to people, and gosh, it just is a dumpster fire out there. And we're called not to conform to the pattern of the world. So we're called to not get caught up in that fray. And it really takes some self-control. It really takes committing to the Holy Spirit and allowing Him to work through us and show the love of God through us to step away from that and to not conform to what we see just kind of being what we're bombarded by with our media every single day. So I just want to offer this to you as an opportunity to think again and refresh again about self-control, which again is really just allowing ourselves to be controlled by the Holy Spirit. And sometimes that submission, giving up control to one who knows better than we, is the hardest part. I would encourage you this week to pray and think and read about what God says about what the Holy Spirit says about self-control. And I encourage you in your work and in your journey this week. Have a great week, and we hope to see you on Sunday. Goodbye.